Black history is taking centre stage in Bristol at the moment. 4 of the city's schools are about to add the subject to their curriculums, and we'll be finding out more about that in just a moment or two.
Well, as we said, some school children in Bristol are about to start Black history lessons, so pupils at City Academy took a quiz to see what they already knew, and they were a bit disappointed with their scores.
I felt a bit neglected in a way, and a bit like, wow, like I don't know my own history.
It is my history and I should know at least the basic questions.
I had to go home and search because it was shocking that I didn't know.
The school doesn't teach like enough of it, well, nothing really.
Because we only get taught it like a month, like for 1 month in October, and then after that we don't get taught about it no more. We do actually learn about like the smaller influencers like Princess Campbell. She was the first black nurse. I had to do my own research to find that out.
Having more role models like that can inspire me and motivate me to become what I want to be in the future.
Oh, thank you for those views. Now let's meet some of the people leading these new studies. Aisha Thomas is from the City Academy in Bristol, and Phil Castang is from Bristol Plays Music and is working with the 4 schools on this project. Welcome to you both. It's good to see you. Just give us some examples of the sort of thing that you're bringing into the curriculum.
Yes, so currently in the curriculum what we do is we do look at civil rights movements, we do look at the African diaspora, we look at the achievements in terms of kingdom, but what we're trying to do is integrate Black history into all lessons so that it's just not a one-size-fits-all.
Yeah, right across the whole curriculum really. If we think about condensing Black history and Black contribution to society simply to 1 month, it doesn't make any sense at all. If you were to flip that and say White History Month, it would just seem ridiculous.
Absolutely. So I think when you heard the students talking there, actually they said some really poignant things, particularly feeling inspired. Is that one of the aims of this?
Absolutely. We want to empower our young people, and they talk a lot about the fact that to know where they're going in the future, they need to understand where we've come from, and a lot of it was about not understanding themselves. But if that was totally embedded into the curriculum, whether it's in math, science or music, they have that opportunity.
But it's only done for a specific period of time. Why is that?
I think ultimately it's because it's just historic, it's legacy. We'll just do it once a year, that's what we do. But we're trying to take it to the next level so that this is totally embedded, because it's not okay. It shouldn't be tokenistic. We need to do more, and it needs to become the norm. It's already part of history. Why are we segregating it?
Phil, you've been very much behind this. Do you want to see this as something that's rolled out to larger areas than just Bristol?
Yeah, ideally. It needs to be a movement, and we want to set an example here in Bristol. Really, it's come about as a response to the Runnymede report that highlighted pretty severe segregation in Bristol. And it's right across every part of the city, and this is a way to help repair that. We have issues in our schools around representing our communities, looking at teachers as well. We need greater representation, and young people need to see themselves in these jobs and in these roles, and hear the history behind them and know that they can do anything.
And this is different from Black History Month, as you were saying before, because we're not just talking about the big names that they may have heard of. One of the girls there said that she'd researched for herself. She was really proud of the princess that she mentioned. So this is about something much more widespread, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
And also much more local as well. So
okay, so it's not just the big picture.
No, it's also very localised. So,
okay, to Bristol.
Absolutely. So some of the girls talked about Colston, but also understanding, okay, we talk about that element, but what about people in Bristol that make significance? So, for example, Roy Hackett or Paul Stevenson, understanding the bus boycott, but from a Bristol local level, not just Rosa Parks in America. So actually not just the national information or worldwide, but local contribution to Black history.
Sounds really important. Thanks very much indeed for coming in and telling us about it. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you.